Chris Paul is on the move again. The Wake Forest legend will reportedly be traded twice within the month of June. Paul, who was set to be sent to the Washington Wizards as part of an agreed-upon trade with the Phoenix Suns earlier this offseason that brought Bradley Beal to Phoenix, will now be heading to Golden State as a part of a pre-draft trade. According to ESPN, the Warriors are finalizing a trade for Paul with Golden State guard Jordan Poole, and forward Patrick Baldwin Jr., and future assets heading to Washington in return. Today's video will be NBA players and analysts reacting to Chris Paul's shocking trade to the Golden State Warriors. During an interview with Scott Fowler about his new book, Paul was asked for his reaction to being traded to the Warriors and gave a pretty generic answer.
I'm excited. I got that question I don't know how many times already, so I'm really excited.
What do you think your role will be on that team?
To help us win games.
The 38-year-old spoke with Warriors guard and Charlotte native Steph Curry after news of the impending deal became public. Paul, who also had spoken to Golden State head coach Steve Kerr by then, told The Observer that his conversation with Curry went well. A 12-time All-Star selection and a Winston-Salem native who recently went back to college and got his degree from Winston-Salem State, Paul will play for his 6th team in his 19th season in the league. During his career, he has averaged 17.9 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 9.5 assists per game. But he has never come off the bench, which he may do in Golden State as a backup point guard. Paul said he has already spoken with Steph Curry, who certainly had to have signed off on the deal in order for the Warriors to make it. It's an interesting fit for Golden State, who, of course, do not need a starting point guard. However, it does seem as if lineups with Curry and Paul could work, and the veteran point guard could also serve as Curry's backup. Jordan Poole's production dropped off last season, and especially in the playoffs, where he left the Warriors with concerns about his contract. The chemistry between Poole and Draymond Green also had to have been a factor in this deal, and the two will now be separated. Poole in Washington should have an opportunity to run their offense and reach his true potential. While he always will be an important member of Golden State's 2022 title run, it seemed like it was better for both Poole and the Warriors to move forward without each other. Everyone in the sports world will offer an opinion on this trade, including Colin Cowherd. The longtime sports media talent said he likes the move for the Warriors.
Poole is seen as just too immature now and going forward. Is when Steph Curry misses games, or when Steph Curry is on the bench, or when Steph Curry takes a rest during the playoffs. They don't trust Jordan Poole. Chris Paul's the grown-up who can fill in and lead the offense.
Though Paul is the biggest name in the trade, the Wizards getting Poole to pair with Jones, who they got for Bradley Beal, gives them a reason to believe they are the winners of this trade. Of course, if the Warriors end up winning another championship with Paul on the roster, that'd be a different story. It was hard to imagine a world in which the Warriors were going to keep both Poole and Draymond Green on the roster after reports surfaced that their preseason scuffle last October fractured the Golden State locker room. With Green declining his player option for the next season, there was a slight chance the Warriors stuck with Poole over him. Stephen A. Smith, on the other hand, is not happy with Golden State's recent move and has major concerns about Paul's fit with the Warriors. Smith is worried that CP3 will slow the game down for Steph Curry and company. He also pointed out Paul's age and injury history as potential red flags.
I'm not happy about it. I don't think it fits. I love Chris Paul. He's a future Hall of Famer, one of the greatest point guards to have ever lived. The reality is the fit is not ideal. Now, unless you're going to go out there and get a big and slow the pace, which we haven't seen Golden State do under the stewardship of Steve Kerr, I don't see how this works. Chris Paul is 38. Jordan Poole is 24. And I'm looking at it from that standpoint. You want to clear that away. You want to sit up there and send Poole away because you can't coexist. He can't coexist with Draymond Green. That's understandable. But to bring in a 38-year-old point guard with a history of hamstring injuries and your organization, your style of play is pushing that ball up the court. I don't know how that fits, how that works.
It was a crazy move by the Golden State Warriors, with some people even thinking that it was a luxury tax bill-saving move by new general manager Mike Dunleavy Jr. However, Chris Haynes of TNT revealed that the Warriors are looking to make a championship run with Chris Paul. With Jordan Poole gone, it was though that this move was done to appease Draymond Green. Due to Paul's age, he might come off the bench and facilitate when Green is resting. Paul could also come in during key stretches and in clutch situations when needed. Paul's playmaking could unlock the potential of Moses Moody and Jonathan Kuminga, who will likely have increased roles next season. Analyst and former sharpshooter J.J. Redick said he was fascinated by the move, especially how Paul will pair up with Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and Coach Steve Kerr's preferred style of offense.
The Warriors are a team that has thrived on body and ball movement. Steph even has described their style of play offensively as chaotic. And then you think about Chris Paul, how methodical, how controlled, how organized he is. Here's a great stat to prove this. The Warriors had the shortest average touch length in the half court. Chris Paul had the 7th longest touch length in the half court.
Redick also said the interaction with the referees will fascinate him too, especially with both Green and Paul now as teammates. Richard Jefferson thinks that Paul fits perfectly in this scenario with the Warriors, especially in what's expected to be a smaller role than the 38-year-old has previously been asked to handle. I will say this about Jordan Poole, and about a lot of young players out there. If you're in a great situation, and you have to recognize that very quickly you can end up on the Washington Wizards, no disrespect to them, in a rebuild space. So you can go and get a bunch of shots. No one will ever see you. You're not going to be on TV. You're going to be a part of a rebuild. Or you can fix your face, you can fix your attitude, and get back in line and compete for championships. So I think this is unfortunate. Chris Paul to the Warriors, I think is a great move. Jefferson also advocated for the Warriors to consider trading Jonathan Kuminga for other veteran players to build around their older crew. Seeing a move like that would be very, very valuable. Does this improve Golden State's ability to win a championship? No. According to Kendrick Perkins, who has never shied away from his skepticism of the Warriors. I love the move for CP3, but you still got the Nuggets, and you still got the Suns out west. The Warriors are not the favorite because they added CP3. Jefferson, playing his usual role as a foil to Perkins, told his colleague that he has a lot of hate in his heart, ostensibly towards the Warriors. Can Paul get along with the locker room and its players who need that chemistry to come back if they're to successfully battle the likes of Denver, Phoenix, Memphis, and others this upcoming season? If so, the Warriors may just find themselves back in the championship mix. But if not, if Paul can't stay healthy, or happy, or easy to be around, his addition will likely come up short. If not short-circuit and under pressure, win right now organization. It's a possible last chance for Paul, in which a career of greatness and shortcomings, of almosts and could-have-beens, will have its final judgment on the question of the man's career. Who exactly is Chris Paul the basketball player? A generational talent with a ring? Or a generational talent who could never quite get it done despite super team after super team? Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. What do you think about this trade? Let me know in the comments. And make sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more amazing NBA content. Thanks for watching.